Follow them on Twitter, YouTube, Podomatic, and iTunes. This is brought to you by YouCreepAndTweet.you. Now it's time for the Guys Night Podcast!
Step in the theater, what will you find? So many movies, not enough time. Action, horror, thriller, comedy, foreign documentaries. Welcome to Guys Night. Guys Night.
Excellent singing skills there, Keels.
Yeah.
All right, you got a couple words for our sponsor?
Yes. All right, this is Guys Night. We wanted to say hello, but first, we wanted to, oh, we gotta wait for the cut. You're too kind. All right, wanted to shout out some sponsors, starting with the Philadelphia Podcasting Society.
All right. I wanted to do the second one because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Steel Empire.
Fireball Printing.
I see how you guys just ditch me with the worst word, like the hardest word. Pyroglyphic Studio.
All right.
Yeah. And the Kitchen Table Gallery.
Along with the Philly Banner Express.
Tea House Inc.
And Click and Save Photography and Design. I guess that's what that is. I'm sorry if I ruined it.
All right. So, yes, we are Guys Night Podcast. We have weekly videos. We review movies every week. We also have music that we've reviewed as well, albums. And
Only once.
Well, I mean, it's there. It's variety.
We have a wrestling podcast.
Wrestling as well.
We have
yeah.
the two
And
beards.
two beards.
Two beards, yeah. So we're busy, but our main basis are like movie-based themes, and that actually brought us here today because we have a segment that's really famous called Movie Hell. And the whole concept of Movie Hell is that we talk about the worst of the worst movies that we've seen. So we all composite our list. Some
old,
Yeah.
some most recent.
Most
yeah.
recent.
I got a couple recent ones, except for my number one. The number one is still the one movie that, like, nah.
Mine
It's
came out
like-
yesterday.
Really? Oh, okay. For your number one?
That's my number two.
Oh, okay.
All right, so who wants to go first? You want to go first, Jerry?
Oh, I've been waiting to tackle this one.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So number 5 is actually more recent. It came out. I'm going to try and minus the last one. I'm going to stick with recent one. It's not that bad, but it is pretty bad. So stay away from it. The Mummy. The remake of The Mummy, hands down, like...
So bad.
Oh, yeah. Like,
She's nodding her head in the back. She said, yo.
It's bad. Like, no, because look, now my thing is like I like the Brendan Fraser one. You know, that one's good. But my thing is like Tom Cruise. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, he can hold a movie, but for this one, it's just like it's a paycheck. Like, that's the best way I can like say. Like, it's just like, man. And the one friend, like his like co-star, like creeps up on him, and he's played for comedic relief, even though his character, like, it's weird. Like, he's dead. It's kind of like Werewolf in London. I believe that's where you have the one friend that just follows him throughout the entire movie. He's slowly decomposing. It's like copy paste, and the ending is just so Tom Cruise like I'm be turned into a hideous zombie. Spoiler alert. At the end, he obtains the power of the mummy. And you'd figure that he would look like this hideous creature. Nah, he's just Tom Cruise.
Maybe
That's
he's
it.
a beautiful mummy.
A beautiful mummy?
Yeah.
Well, it was more of the devil powers, so.
Exactly. But he had like the dark voice, like it would go from like "Don't touch me, don't go near me," but it's like you look like Tom Cruise.
All right. So what? We're gonna go around for 5, or we're just gonna?
We can go down the list. Yeah. What's your? We'll go down.
You know what? I'll go.
All right,
I
go
will
ahead,
have
Bucky.
to say, my number 5 is part of this year's, and it's a sequel, and it's Underworld Blood War.
Oh.
Now, granted, the Underworld franchise is pretty good, but after the third movie, you kind of just wish that they should stop after Rise of Lycans. But no, then they went with Awakening, and then Awakening just, the train's off the rails now. So you're thinking, what more can go worse? Well, Blood War comes around, and it's pretty much the train has exploded now. See, I'm sorry, Kate Beckinsale's hot and everything, but she can't save a movie.
Dang.
Why
That's
do you keep
cold-blooded,
punishing yourself with them?
Well, when you have a 12-year-old daughter who's a big fan of shitty franchises,
Gotcha.
then yeah, you're stuck watching crap movies.
Teach her better.
I did. Why is she a Star Wars fan?
True.
I love Star Wars. If it's not obvious already by supporting Steel Empire.
.com. Go ahead, Rashad.
I have to say my number 5, X-Men Apocalypse. The movie sucks.
I like it.
There's no female character development in the whole entire movie. Jubilee's character, you don't even know it's Jubilee. They never say her name in the whole movie. And let's see, you have Quicksilver, who basically has almost like the Flash powers, can stop time completely, but couldn't save Havoc. And you have Professor X, who magically loses his hair thanks to Apocalypse by trying to take over his body.
I'm surprised. Like, is that it for the rants, or?
No,
Because I was gonna say, like,
I
you're
do-
missing the biggest rant when you said
Oh.
Quicksilver.
Oh,
He doesn't have an arc. He gets to the one moment where they establish it, and it's just like you could tell, like Magneto, "Oh, I'm your son," and it's just like, nah, we're gonna save it for the sequel.
the sequel that's going to be directed by
Yeah.
Simon Kinberg, who's never directed a movie in his life.
Nope.
Exactly. So it's going to be like Blade 3 when David Goyer took over.
Yeah, that was pretty bad too.
It was horrible.
Really, you don't like it either?
What, Blade Trinity?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Apocalypse.
No one likes Apocalypse.
Apocalypse is okay.
Do you
Yeah,
It's
I was gonna
okay.
It's
say I
not
didn't
the
see
greatest.
it, but everybody didn't like it.
It's a 48%.
They could have done
Yeah.
better with the characters, I think.
Yeah, I saw that they did play Quicksilver though. They should have gave him more.
Of an arc, right?
Yeah, because I mean he was one of the best characters in Days of Futures Past.
Yeah, he had the
So-
like hallmark scene.
I
Yeah.
fell asleep during that movie.
All right, Keels, what's
All
your
right.
number 5?
All right, I know we're only supposed to do 5, but I have like 7 movies here.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with a Nightmare on Elm Street, the 2010 remake, because for the longest time I was scared of Freddy Krueger, and then I forget where I watched this at, and I watched this and I was like, oh, he's not scary anymore. So I ended up watching all the original ones, and just I don't know, it didn't have the same effect. The 2010 didn't have the same effect as the one, like it was so original. The original ones are like
Practical?
yes.
Like practical effects where it's like,
it looked really real. So,
Yeah, because you got to remember with the storyline, they tried to humanize Freddy Krueger by making him a pedophile.
yeah,
In the original, he is just a child killer. That's it.
they
yeah.
kind of established like
But they never mentioned pedophile.
yeah, they never mentioned the original one, but like later on down the line, I think it's I think there was a deleted subplot for like 5, the Dream Child, where it's like entered in there where it's like, oh yeah, he could. And in part 6, Freddy's dead with the daughter. You know when they get into like the background of Freddy? You know
He
Freddy's
never
dead.
touched her though in the movie.
He never touched her, but they say that the room where it has all the like children and everything, like oh, that's
Well, see, now I got to go watch this again.
exactly. I'm telling you. I know my Nightmare on Elm Street, man.
Oh yeah, you're a huge fan. So tell me how you feel about the 2010 remake.
Freddy Krueger is supposed to keep you, awake. The fear of, going to sleep. The movie put me to sleep.
Yeah.
So With that, I don't know. Like, there are just so many things I didn't like. Like, it's not even the fact that they changed the names, but it's just I didn't care
It
about
was-
these kids.
Yeah, so underwhelming too.
Yeah, like, that's-
oh, another one got killed. Okay, then we're
Yeah,
closer
like-
to the end. Thank goodness.
I mean, like, Jackie Earl Haley, for replacing Robert Englund, I think he did an okay job.
Mhm.
But the makeup was just like, we're gonna take a picture of a lion, and we're gonna just shave it down, and that is Freddy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And the cool thing, like Friday the 13th, Halloween, they all have, well, you know, they all have their protagonists, or even the, like, before they get X'd off, your characters that are just there just to get killed. Nightmare on Elm Street's that rare franchise where you actually care about the characters before they, minus part 2, where you care about the characters before they die.
Right, true. That's
And he finds your
yeah,
fear.
That's true.
I still love Dream. Is there any fan in here for part 3, Dream Warriors? No? Anybody in here? Okay, all right.
Got Chris. Got
Yeah,
Chris.
I'm telling you. The soundtracks. Yup. Best one. All right, so we're at number 4 now? Or
Yeah,
you
we
still
at
got
number
2
4.
more? All right. So it's back to me. All right.
Yeah, back to you.
Number 4. So originally, this movie, like, it was originally Age of Extinction. Transformers Age of Extinction. And I said, man, this is the worst Transformers movie of all time. But then I walked into a theater one fateful day, and I saw Transformers The Last Night. And I said, wow, I can't believe it's worse. So, yeah, I really feel like at this point, Michael Bay, his goal is like, how can I make the laziest film possible?
And have people still see it.
And have people still see it. Like, it's just like, it did it for me. Like, it made me throw in the towel. And the thing that sucks is that I'm a huge Transformers fan. I love the 1986 movie, the animated one. But
Gotta let it go, man.
no, it's the
Oh.
best.
See, 86
Man, that
animated
might-
one is the best movie of them all. I hate to say that.
You don't think it's the best?
No, the animated one
Oh,
is
it is
the
the
best.
best. Okay.
All these
Because these two
live-action
don't
ones,
agree. They're like,
That
oh,
you might have gave me an 8th movie to put down.
do not. If you put,
Kills,
Don't you
I'm
do
just
it.
curious, Kills, Star Wars is not amongst that list, is it?
Rogue One is.
shut up. It's just bad. I think it's the shortest of the sequels, but I mean the editing is terrible. The frame rate, like, oh my gosh, if you don't see it, even in IMAX, like the frame rate was messed up. But like, of all of them, the thing that makes it the worst is that they spend so much time on the human characters for a subplot that they don't even care about. Like, you can even tell, like, Mark Wahlberg, like, doesn't care in this one. Anthony Hopkins, his poor soul. Like, it's just, oh, man. I felt so bad. I was like, you were in Silence of the Lamb, man. What are you doing in this?
Wait, what role did he play?
He played, basically, like, the ancient, like, wise one who's, like, known Transformers from, like, the beginning. Like, yeah.
Was he a Wiki?
No, he wasn't. The girl was.
Wait, she was a Wiki? I thought he was a Wiki.
No, he wasn't.
Well, I thought he was a Wiki, and once he died, it was like saying, "Oh yeah, like Shia LaBeouf's character's dead or
Rashawn's
not
just
dead."
trying to accommodate the fact that Sam's dead. They
Yeah.
confirmed it. He's dead.
Is
well,
it?
well, Michael
Sam's
Bay just came out and said that he's like, if Shia wants to come back, he can come back. So I don't know if he's dead or not.
Well, if he
Michael
is
Bay
dead,
just makes no sense.
no, he doesn't. But if he is dead, like, I know what's on his tombstone. All it says, "Here lies Sam Witwicky." No, 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 no.
I like Shia LaBeouf.
All right.
All right. My
Fourth.
number 4, again from this year, and I'm sorry for any Sony PlayStation fans, but Assassin's Creed was perhaps the worst movie I've ever seen of a video game
It's
adaptation.
not that
heard
bad,
that was terrible.
man.
Yo, it made Super Mario Brothers watchable.
It's not that
Are you
bad.
serious?
No,
I'm sorry to say that.
no.
Was
I'm
it-
serious about that.
It was really that bad?
It was that
It's not
bad.
that bad.
The storyline is just complete
Super Mario's
garbage.
trash, though.
I was
Yeah.
about to say,
But
like,
Assassin's Creed,
that's a bold
made it
statement
watchable.
there.
Why? What was wrong with it?
well, you gotta. It's funny because you play the games, you're playing as the character. Well, in the movie, Michael Fassbender is playing. I'm assuming a descendant
Yeah.
of one of the characters, but because they have no way of getting him back in time, they develop a machine that can have him go back in time, fill out the moves and everything, and it's in the process it messes with his mind and he starts learning how to become an assassin.
That's what happens in the game.
But the game was so much better. This movie was not good.
Is it? Are you mad because they made the movements?
Was it because? Yeah, I was going to ask. Was it because like you were actually playing as the character?
I think it's because you're playing as the character.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
I'm not a gamer, if you can't tell.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, you realize not. You have an Xbox One, and the only game you
How much
played
dust is
is
on that Xbox?
Oh no,
What?
that's my Blu-ray player, man. No, it's not going anywhere.
You don't play anything. The only thing you played was
Battlefront. Yep.
and that was it.
Because I'm a big Star Wars fan. Because of third time around, SteelEmpire.com. See that
Give
segue?
me the
This is
Xbox,
so
man.
good.
Oh
You don't
my
want it.
Goodness.
I'll get you a Blu-ray player.
Hmm?
I'll get you a Blu-ray player, and I'll take the Xbox.
I'm
You don't
good.
need it.
All right, go ahead, Rashad.
Movie came out a few years ago. The Wozniaks did it, and it's called Jupiter Ascending. It's the one movie that I've actually walked out of and never finished.
How you gonna walk out of a movie like that?
We all walked out. You weren't
I'm
there.
not gonna lie. I
Thank
even
God I
walked
wasn't
out.
there.
No. I remember
See,
that
I'm,
night.
I'm kind of glad I didn't have to watch that movie. I just watched it on HBO and I fell asleep.
I can't do it.
I can attest to that because I was there with you when you walked out. Because I myself I walked out too. I said, wow, you know what? It's either Jupiter Ascending or SpongeBob movie. I'll go with SpongeBob movie. It's okay.
Yeah.
But what were we like an hour or so in?
Like
I finally finished it like on TV, but I said like I just can't do this.
I
Like,
can't do it. Like you have Eddie Redmayne in the movie. The man just won an Oscar that year, and you put him in that. It's like it's disrespectful. And Channing Tatum as the wolf dog, and riding on like space skates. I was like, no, I was done. That's why I don't watch. I didn't like Sense8 of like the Wozniaks' next project they did. It's like it might be time to hang up the towel.
Who else was in that? Who was the leading lady in that?
Mila Kunis. Yeah.
From that 70s
Oh,
show.
that's right. That's right.
And get this, ready for this? Sean Bean doesn't die in it.
Oh,
Gasp!
he literally dies in every movie.
Every
he's in?
single movie
Yes, he
he's
does.
in. All right. So you're number 4.
My number 4. Okay, let's see. Pick from my grab bag of movies here. All right, this one kind of hurts because this is a part of my childhood, but Steel.
With Shaq?
Yeah, the Shaquille O'Neal movie. Steel, that terrible. I watched that a couple years ago, and I was just so disappointed because I loved it when I was a kid. I had the toy. Shaquille O'Neal was just a beast on the basketball court, and I love basketball. So, man, horrible acting. Horrible. You know, Ray J's in that movie too.
Yeah. So is Judd Nelson.
Who is that? Judd Nelson.
Judd Nelson
Breakfast Club.
from Transformers, the 1986 movie, your favorite.
Wow. Is
It's funny
everything
that
we
you
say?
mentioned Steel because I would have thought you would have said Kazam.
Oh, I mean that's probably bad too, but I like Kazam more.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, so still, I mean, just Shaq's not an actor, so maybe I should have let him slide on this, but I had to put it up there.
He was good in Good Burger. That's about it.
Terrible. Did any of y'all play his video game, Shaq Fu?
You
Did
know he's
play
coming
that?
out with a new one,
Yeah, I
right?
just bought it.
You just bought it?
I got it for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, wait, you didn't? You know he has a new one coming out.
Yeah, I know.
What's the video game called?
Shaq Fu. It's gonna be on the Switch.
Oh, isn't that what everybody's paying for it, right?
Yeah, it's like it's actual game and everything. So
Terrible.
it looks okay.
He's a bad rapper too. Don't listen to his albums.
He rapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of his albums went platinum.
Oh no! All right, so I know what I'm listening to tonight.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so this one we actually just got out of. Originally, it was Tammy, but
Oh, I forgot about Tammy.
it was
Tammy
Tammy
was-
at first. But then I walked out and I was just like, "We saw a movie today," and I was just like, "You know what? I think this
Today.
might have beaten Tammy." Valerie, what is it?
Valerian.
Sir,
Valerian. Valerian. Can't even get the title right. Valerian, okay?
it's my number 2.
Yeah, like Valerian, okay, like and I'm not gonna lie, like spoiler alert, guys. Like this weekend at the box office, I don't know. I haven't seen Girls Trip yet, but Dunkirk, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't really have a story. And I saw this one, and I'm like, well, maybe this one will at least have a story. Nah, I wasn't expecting it to be like really good. I knew it was gonna be like, all right, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. Visually, it looks great, but Dane DeHaan
Did they misuse him?
just so wooden acting. Like I'm talking like Hayden Christensen, like prequel acting.
Chill.
Yo.
It couldn't have been that bad.
See it for yourself.
It's like sand.
It was bad.
Sand.
Of course.
You gotta do the whole squad. I
And it
hate
gets
sand.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's cold, rough, wet, and it gets everywhere. Like just, Rihanna's in the movie
Hey,
for
what
5
up?
minutes. Nah, for 5 minutes, where she plays a character called No Lie, Bubbles.
Bubbles?
I'm just like, and again, visually it looks great, but the biggest thing is that the story goes so many places. Like it's like you're watching a Saturday morning cartoon that doesn't know what it wants to be. Like it's just like, oh, we're gonna do that subplot, then that, and then somehow at the very end it has a Full House like ending where it's just like everything gets patched up at the end. So we're all right. Cue in the music exactly. Oh,
Keels, I got so mad I actually broke my 3D glasses.
Which was hilarious.
For
because
real?
All I heard next to me was.
oh yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Well, actually, no. When we're watching it, like I think it was like 10 minutes in, I look over, Rashawn's asleep. I'm like,
was.
damn.
That whole
That's what it
entire
does, dude.
the desert sequence, I was
All
like,
I
done.
hear, I'm like, what?
I was done after that desert sequence. I was like, going to sleep now. Woke up 20 minutes later. I'm like, oh, is Rihanna on screen yet? No.
Rihanna, if you're listening to this, they didn't mean it.
I did.
Call me.
All right. Let's hear your number 3, Bucky.
All right, number 3. I'm gonna jump back 2 years, and it is a Fox but / Marvel movie, and you should know it's Fantastic Four.
Come on.
Oh, fan four stick, right?
Yeah, Fantastic.
Chill.
I mean, if you liked it,
I like Michael B. Jordan.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Boom.
That's my boy right there.
He's in the right Marvel studios now. He doesn't need to be hurt anymore by Fox.
All right. Why was it bad?
It was bad because, well, storyline wise, it did not follow anywhere near the comic book. I just can't understand how Fox cannot get Doctor Doom correct. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
2 attempts, and the guy still looked the same.
Well,
There's an hour cut from the movie though too, that we
True.
never saw, thanks to Fox, because they was like, oh, we don't want to see this, so we're going to interfere and make the movie worse.
Yeah, but
they made him look cool at the end, though.
What, the ending that was like every movie that's come out in the past? Look, keep a tally.
All
Next
right.
time you go to a movie, all right, if you've been to the theater within the past like 5 years, how many movies end with we have to destroy the portal that's in the sky that's going to
No.
bring something down to Earth?
I'm
I
not
can't-
talking about
yeah.
that part. I'm talking about where Doctor Doom is bursting everybody's heads wide open. That's the part I'm talking about. I'm just talking
Oh.
about strictly Doctor Doom.
Oh, in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
That scene?
But as a tally, as far as the portal from another world goes, I gotta say it's like
Every movie.
every superhero movie.
Even Turtles did it. It's just like,
With the
I
China.
prefer Nip Tuck, Doctor Doom.
oh yeah, the original. I still say the best Fantastic Four movie, The Incredibles. It's not even Fantastic Four. But it's the
Sorry,
closest thing to
I
it.
have to say no. Roger Corman, as crappy as that version was, that's the best version of Fantastic Four we're gonna
Really?
get. Yeah.
See?
I still like 2005 more than Corman.
Nah, Roger Corman, man.
All right.
So it was good then, is what you're saying.
No.
Which one?
The latest one.
The latest one. No.
Fantastic Four.
No.
Well, you'll see it this way. It's like if somebody said, like, you're going to die, would you rather have, like, getting stabbed, and then that's it, you die, that's it, or getting stabbed, throwing salt on it while a dog licks it?
Ew.
Exactly.
Ew.
Like, it's just, I'm just saying.
Man, stop dissing my boy Michael B. Jordan.
Well, we'll see next year
Yeah.
with Michael B. Jordan and Black Panther.
I can't wait for that to come out.
He pulled a Chris Evans and went to the right Marvel. Michael B. Jordan knew what was up. He knew to get away.
Man.
All right, Rashawn, what's your number 4? Or number 3. Yeah, number 3.
I'm gonna have to go with one of Keel's. Me and him have the same one for this one.
What is it?
The Happening.
Wow.
You know how bad The Happening is.
Wow.
We have Mark Wahlberg just like the trees. They're killing people. It's funny. It's hilarious to me just seeing that movie. Now going back, I'm like, where did M. Night Shyamalan's career go between that until now when he has Split and he has what was it, Village? What was it? Not the Village.
No,
Lady
The
in the Water.
Visit.
The one with the grandparents.
The Visit.
The Visit.
The Visit, yeah. Like, those two were the last good movies he's had. And now I go back and, like, between it was Unbreakable, then going into, like, Signs, which was okay, then going to, like, The Village, then going into The Happening.
Wait, was it The Happening that was like the fall? The rise of the
I
fall?
felt like
Or was it The
the Village and The
Village?
Happening were, like, around the same type of fall. I didn't like The Village as much, but
Well, I didn't. I heard that wasn't that bad, but the Happening was terrible.
yeah, once you got to The Happening, it was just over. It was completely over. Why do you hate it so much?
I hate it because it's just grass is killing people. That's basically what it is. Spoiler alert if nobody's seen it, but
2008.
you don't want to, and it's old. But yeah, I mean, and terrible acting. Zoe Deschanel's just blank stares. They made her play like the worst mother or whatever. And who else was John Leguizamo? If he had
was gonna say.
John
He was wasted.
Leguizamo trying to be a serious character,
Yo.
then come on, man, that's not a
Leguizamo can play a good character. He
Nah.
was just wasted
In
in
a
that movie.
serious
Sid from
role?
Ice Age.
In a
That's
serious
about
role?
it.
Yeah, he can.
That's it.
right. Yeah, but just and I hate the end. They're running from the grass. The grass is gonna get them. It's like blowing in a real dramatic way, and then it just stops, and it's like it's over. Everybody just stops killing themselves. The movie is over.
Yep.
So terrible ending. Anybody got anything to add on the Happening?
Beside like Mark Wahlberg when he's talking about the girl at the grocery store when he's bagging, I looked at her and like I asked for her number. It's just like, why are you saying this? You remember that scene?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Because like he found out that his wife was cheating on him.
Oh, right.
Zoe Deschanel's character is just like, what?
What was that part?
I remember the old lady too in that movie.
Somebody was calling. I think Mark Wahlberg was calling somebody on the telephone, and then the grass spores got her, and then she broke out of the window. I mean, she fell out of the window, and then Mark Wahlberg was like, "Hello, hello," and then you just hear like the wind going through the cell phone, and then he was like,
It got
"I
her.
can hear the wind through the cell phone." I was like, "How? How?"
Oh my god! I'm about to rewatch this now.
Nah,
Why?
No.
you're gonna be on your own.
We ain't coming over.
All right. This is number 3, right?
Number
It
3.
is number 3. Go ahead.
That's you, didn't you say?
No.
your- Oh yeah.
No, this is number 3 right now, right?
No.
No, two, no.
2 now. Did you already say your number 3? That was just the Happening, right? You're piggybacking.
Oh, that's
off-
right. That's right.
I was
My
about to
bad.
say it's your turn, man.
Yeah, Rashawn threw it to me, and I got all right.
Carried away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me delete the Happening off my list. I am going to go with Hobgoblins. Now, I don't know if this was, well, I guess if it was made, it was supposed to be good, but Hobgoblins is a B movie, which was one of the many movies that was ripping off of Gremlins. And where did I see it? I saw this on Mystery Science Theater 3000, so that's how you know it was bad. But yeah, that's one of the worst. Just terrible acting. They literally, we need 4 people to be in this movie. You. Come here. And they just threw him in the movie. No acting experience. It was terrible. Terrible special effects and things like that. Really no plot story. And then it was just everywhere. Like they were at a skating rink or a rock concert. And then somebody had a grenade and it blew up the rock concert. I don't know. It was out of nowhere. I don't know. I have no idea. I had to watch it again. Did any of you guys see Hobgoblins?
I
Probably
have
not.
never. No.
Nope.
Okay, well,
This was an '80s horror movie.
I think it was the 80s, yeah.
I got to go back.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find it because it's popular for being bad. All right.
Number 2. All right, now this one, I actually have. It's like it's a tie. Who would have thought there'd be a tie for like the worst? So the first one in the tie is Boo a Medea Halloween because it takes 40 minutes for the movie to actually start. And in that, they're talking about how bad of like a childhood, like Tyler Perry's like childhood was. And in the movie, it's nothing but like just nonsense. And they don't even. I love how like everything gets patched up at the end. It's just like it's so cheesy bad. But I said like to myself like my original number 2, I still think it's worse than Boo a Medea Halloween, and that's the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
how many in here have actually seen the Star Wars Holiday Special? Okay.
Pretty much the whole room.
So, funny story. Every Christmas since Force Awakens came out, I actually screen it at my house. Now, the first time that I screened it, I said, like, we're not going to do any alcohol. You just have to watch it as is. Feel the same suffering.
We
Couldn't do it.
almost killed him.
Yeah. Thank God, like, the second time that we saw it for Rogue One, like, it was alcohol. But, I mean, Chewbacca is trying to get home. And Harrison Ford's in it. Carrie Fisher's in it. Mark Hamill's in it. He's trying to get home to his family. And in the mix of that, it's Chewbacca's family. And Art Carney gives Chewbacca's dad, no lie, a masturbating machine. And I'm like, what? Yeah. And I wish I was making this up. It's just like, no, this is a real thing. How to put together a tractor beam. That's another segment that's on the show.
Wasn't there like 30 minutes of straight Wookiee talk with like
More.
no
It's like, no
subtitles?
lie, like 10 minutes of just Wookiee growling, no subtitles, just that's it. Jefferson Starship's in it. I like that. I like the first appearance of Boba Fett. Beside that, nah, it's garbage.
That's a shame. They had the original cast and everything, and it was still garbage.
And God rest her soul, Carrie Fisher can't sing.
Oh, they had her singing.
Oh, she sang. The very end, I'm just like, wow.
You want to give us a cover of that singing? Since you're over there talking trash?
I'll give you the Bill Murray version of Star Wars.
All right.
Oh God, no! Don't.
No, I'm not
Might
serious.
as
I don't
well.
want to hear you.
Oh hell no! No! We don't need Jared
You
singing.
guys ain't ready for that. Karaoke night is every Thursday.
Thank God the bar closed.
All right.
All right, so number 2. It's tough because it's like I'm sitting here debating what is my number 2, and then I thought my childhood, the Garbage Pail Kids movie,
I remember that.
and I'm like, how did they make this movie? And as a kid, you sit back, you're like, yeah, this is great. But now as an adult, I look back and I watch it, and I'm like, they actually had midgets walk around with giant heads that look like the characters from the cards.
It was a different time.
And I mean, the storyline was just, oh, we're going to make clothes. And I'm like, they don't make clothes on the cards. But to me, it just felt like that movie just should have never been made.
What was the plot of it again? Because I saw it a long time ago.
Apparently, the trash can is inside a antique store, and one day the kid that's working there knocks it over and ends up, it's like a Pandora's box. He lets out the Garbage Pail Kids after the owner's like, don't touch that. And what happens is, Garbage Pail Kids, they're all snotty, raggedy, pissy looking and everything. And they're just doing bad things until the kid's like, I need your help. And he's like, because he's trying to get the one hot girl in every movie you see. The young, dorky looking kid wants the hot girl. And the Garbage Pail Kids' specialty is we can make fashionable clothes. And
That's it?
Trust me, as a kid, you're like, what?
Hey, fashionable clothes save all.
They didn't save that movie.
Didn't it get backlash because it was like so gross? Like the lines were just so
Yes.
atrocious, and they
Yes, it was.
Didn't it get mistaken for a children's movie? Right?
It was
Because of the
mistaken for a
car-
kids movie.
Man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Michelle?
Well, my number 2 pick was already taken. You said Valerian. That was mine. I really can't say any more than just don't see that movie. I was upset that I had to fall asleep 10 minutes into the movie, wake up 20 minutes and ask them if Rihanna came on, then try to watch it just to see Clive Owen get carried away and not be in the whole movie till the very end.
You don't have another movie to go with.
No, I don't. There's a reason this is
It
movie
was a
hell.
re-
It's a reason it's movie hell. These are the 5 movies I will never see again. I won't see Valerian ever again. I haven't seen Jupiter Ascending ever again.
Why not? They're good movies.
Apocalypse I've never seen again since the last time. That was it. Wait till number 1. I've only seen it twice.
All right, Keels.
So it's on me.
You're number
All right.
2.
Well, since The Happening was taken, I am going to go on and throw 50 Shades Darker in there. 50 Shades Darker. Now, this may sound weird because we're a bunch of grown men, but I think we thought the first one was okay.
See, I think that's my thing. Like, the first movie, it's shot beautifully.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
not
yeah,
the
it was.
scenes, obviously, but at least, like, I can respect it. See, I respect cinema. I
Yeah.
think if a movie looks good, we should at least respect it for that.
They did
But-
try to make a little attempt at that, showing like Seattle and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that was
like,
that was pretty good.
They made it like, wow, like the scenery in this or the shot in this or like it looks good. But even though the story's terrible. But this one is just like
It's just
Lifetime
good.
Special presents 50 Shades Darker.
Will they break up?
Will the helicopter crash? Same.
Oh, yeah.
Tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
You know what? The moment that we saw our grade school teachers walk out the movie theater with us at the same time.
Oh, the first one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, for that first one, I'm like, this is going downhill.
What?
Yes.
What?
I felt like that was the moment I was like, no.
Yeah,
'Cause you
so
saw
that
the
was
teacher.
awkward. Yeah, well, me and Rashawn, like basically we saw our old like elementary school teachers walking out of 50 Shades, and I'm just like, oh, hi, Miss, for security. You know, I'm not gonna privacy, but hey, Mrs. So and So, and it's just like, oh, Jared, what are you doing here?
Oh yeah, they didn't like
what
it
are
either.
you doing here?
They
We're
didn't
seeing
like
50
it either.
Shades. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, but 50 Shades Darker, I just feel like
They
I don't
didn't
know,
try.
like, because say what?
They didn't try.
Yeah, basically. I feel like there was no chemistry. It was just like they're supposed to have this super heated, kindled like relationship, but on screen when they're acting with each other, it just doesn't seem like there's no chemistry. And then during the sex scenes, you know, it's supposed to be all hot and sultry and all that stuff. But then they play these
Kids
Bop radio hits during the sex scenes, which just take away from the scene.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and it's just dumb stuff in the movie. Like,
Oh my God.
what
The
was
balls,
his name?
remember
Christian Grey. He got in a helicopter accident, and then the people in the news were like, "Oh my God, we found the helicopter. We don't know if they're all right. Stay tuned, you know, for more information." And then literally after that news line, stay tuned for more information. Christian walks in literally unscathed.
No scars. He's
unscathed.
like, hey.
He's like, "Hey, I'm here," and I was like, "Wow, that's definitely not real." And yeah, just bad acting all around, and the Kids Bop music just took it away from me.
All right.
Anybody got anything else to say about it?
Beside her one friend that got pushed out of the first movie and got pushed back into the second one.
What was his name?
That's
Juan?
way. Yeah, his name is Juan. Like waiting for them to break up. Like I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like just
He got pushed back in the movie.
end his arc, please. Here's my wallet. Just take it. Just I don't want to watch the movie again.
All right. Y'all want to go straight into number one, or you want to do some honorable mentions first?
Say number 1.
I was about.
Go
I'm
straight
ready
to
for
number one.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Number one. There's a great abyss in my heart, deep, deep down there, where it's just full of like hatred for this one movie. something that is intolerable. It's an insult to the franchise and an insult to the character.
Return of the Jedi.
No. You wish. I like the Ewoks, okay? Anybody here like the Ewoks? No? Okay. From SteelEmpire.com. No? You don't like the Ewoks? Oh.
Are those the little Care Bears?
They're Ewoks.
Ewoks. Care Bears.
Not Care Bears. But yeah.
Care Bear.
But actually, you know, funny enough, this movie came out the same year as Return of the Jedi in 1983.
Okay.
I'm a big superhero fan also. And while this isn't my favorite superhero, I still enjoyed the first two movies. But I have to say, Richard Pryor meets Superman, otherwise known as Superman 3, is possibly the worst movie ever. Why? Superman 1 and 2 were done so well. Like, and you have to think, like, this is like the staple of superhero movies.
Right.
You get to Superman 3. Richard Pryor, you know how he got the role? He's on late night one night. I'd like to be in a Superman movie. They cast him. Cast him. He fights, and again, he fights an evil version of himself at the junkyard, which I think is like probably the best scene, but again, that's not saying much. But Christopher Reeve's main character, Richard Pryor has more screen time than him. I love when like a giant computer is the enemy. It's like, this is a man that flies in space. Every Superman movie ends with him waving at the camera, you know, smiling. Let's give him a bubble full of like no air. Oh, just the acting's terrible. Margaret Kidder was kicked out of the movie. Like, oh, I'm going on vacation. What?
That's it?
Yeah, like the arc of like from Superman 2 is just gonna close up like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's another thing. Evil Superman at the bar drinking. My goodness, like just making a hassle of life, just like flicking peanuts. This is the most evil thing Superman does. The Tower of Pisa. I'm gonna straighten it. Oh, evil Superman. It's just like, please, like just
Gonna straighten.
Please let it end. Like just, and God rest Christopher Reeve's soul. Like he did another one. And I have to say,
I was gonna say, what about the fourth one? I heard that was
the
worst.
fourth one is bad, but
Yeah.
I can at least, they're both terrible movies, but I support the fourth one more because there was some attempt to make it somewhat good. This one was just like, let's just throw something in there. Let's just fill up a 2-hour gap. I can't watch it. If you mention, they know this. This is my Achilles heel. You mention that movie,
You're out.
I'm out. Just like, nope. Drop the mic. All right, go ahead, Bucky.
Oh, what? My turn? Empire Strikes Back. I'm only kidding.
What?
I was going to start a fight, but anyway, no. My number one is, I mean, it's really tough because there's a lot of crap out there. So this one, you know, I have to say, it's Iron Man 2.
Really?
I was
For your
expecting
number
that.
one?
Iron Man 2 is the worst movie, I think, out of the Marvel franchise.
I thought Thor was, man.
I go with Thor.
I would have
Thor's
said
worse.
Thor.
Nah, not Thor. Thor I felt was pretty good. The second one, not so much. But Iron Man 2 was just,
Just that bad?
did nothing for me.
What's wrong with Iron Man 2?
The storyline. I mean, like, granted, we had a small glimpse of the what was it called, Jared? The one where he's alcoholic and all the time.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Demon in the Bottle
Yeah,
storyline.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
We had a small glimpse of that, but then it felt like they literally threw Mickey Rourke into the villain role,
For Whiplash,
And-
yeah.
just like, here, you do this, 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 and this. And the costume for him was just an exoskeleton instead of a full costume like it was in the comic book.
Yeah.
Didn't they like combine like two characters with him anyway?
I think so. Yeah, it was like two characters combined in.
Yeah.
And,
I get it. I get why you hate that movie. But still number one though?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
dude, it's
number one.
I don't know about putting. I mean, hey, to each his own.
Yeah.
It's
To each
fine.
his
own. Sure,
This
that's
is
true.
why we're here for
I
movie
mean,
hell.
I
There's
could
a lot of
always, I
variety.
could say Superman 3 is watchable, but you know. What are you looking at?
Crickets.
Get an evil Death
we don't
Stare for
mention
Jared.
that movie.
All right. All right.
So what's your number one,
Is it
Jim?
on me or Rashawn?
Oh, it's movie that was supposed to be $1 billion movie was supposed to come out. We literally drove an hour and a half to go see this movie. I had to convince Jared and our other friend Skullduggery to go see this movie.
I already know this one.
We get there maybe 5 minutes after the movie start. We go watch it. We thought this is gonna be the greatest movie ever. We come out, it's crap. And
What
that
is it, David? What is it?
What is it?
Batman v Superman.
Martha the movie.
Batman
Martha the
versus
movie.
Superman.
Yes. And
Oh.
I've only seen that movie 2 times. Out of every single time it comes on TV, I will turn away. I will make sure to find something else on there. I cannot watch that movie because it sickens me.
You know, I caught myself watching that today.
I hate you.
Really?
Like literally from the scene where Jesse Eisenberg has, gone completely insane. He should be the Joker, but it's like
He should have been a
you're
Riddler.
sitting there and you're watching it and you're like, wow, how did this go off the rails so fast?
Because Zack Snyder.
It's like they had the opportunity to cash in and it just
Failed.
Yeah, that job would have made huge
don't-
money.
You don't kill.
Is there any redeeming factor for the movie?
No.
I was gonna even say maybe it looks great, but it's so dull. Like
You don't kill Superman in the movie of his second movie.
well, the only redeeming factor I would give it is Ben Affleck is a decent Batman.
Yeah, and wasn't
No?
You know that-
No.
you know what? They're trying to get rid of him now.
I will never give.
We have a
Ben
Kevin
Affleck
Conroy
pass.
fan in there. Kevin Conroy,
Christian
Michael
Bale.
Keaton.
Christian Bale.
Why does everybody hate on Christian Bale as
Oh,
Batman?
Val Kilmer.
Christian Bale.
Val Kilmer's the best Bruce Wayne.
He's not a good Batman.
He's not a good Batman.
I'll take drive-through.
Let me try on this new suit and then shake my ass in front of the camera.
The only good part about Batman v Superman is Wonder Woman and Affleck, and that's it.
How much screen time did Wonder Woman get?
It's pretty decent, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I think she had more. Did she?
She was
technically
in
have
the,
more
I think she
screen
was in the
time?
last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
as Wonder Woman.
as Wonder Woman.
But yeah, throughout the movie as Diane, yeah.
Because
It's
what's the name
about
had less
3-4
yeah,
minutes
less
each time.
lines.
Yeah, that's about there.
Yeah, I think Henry Cavill had the least lines in the whole movie, and most of his parts were cut anyway for the deleted scenes. So I'm like, why do you do this to Superman? You don't just go in like, hey, just kill him off in this second movie, then you're gonna try to bring him back in Justice League. But we all know how that goes.
You're also leaving out the small disaster called Doomsday.
Oh, that's true. Well, actually, no, it's not even Doomsday because the stupid computer says there's already been another creation like this before. So that's not even the real Doomsday.
All right, Keels. For the
All
home
right.
stretch.
Speaking of Ben Affleck, Live by Night is my number one movie for movie hell. Now I know Jared saw it. Did you guys see it? Rashawn and Bucky?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
I saw the movie. The man was going through some things. He wrote it by himself. He doesn't do that. He always writes with someone else.
Man.
That's why he has an Oscar, a co-Oscar with Matt Damon for writing.
Man, you talk about dry acting. That was dry acting. I needed a bottle of water for that.
Yo, Ben Affleck's face the entire movie.
Stale face. He's like,
It's
your
just-
girlfriend's dead. Stale face. No, your girlfriend's alive. Stale face. We got to go to Miami and kill these guys. Stale face. Throughout the entire movie. And then I'm just so mad
Yeah.
because the previews misled not even just me, everybody.
Yep.
Everybody. I thought it was going to be this high-speed mafia movie. But no,
But
it's a love story.
You didn't like the ending? My brother's became a producer. He sits in the theater. Look at that. I'm just like,
Oh my god.
so Kills.
Yeah.
I think he could have known it was gonna be bad because it came out in January. And remember that other gangster movie we all saw that came out in January?
What movie?
That was like 2 years ago. With
What are you
the town.
No,
Talking about the
No, you're
town?
not talking
No,
about the town.
no.
No.
no, it was another gangster movie we all saw that came out 2 years before that.
Oh,
Are you
With
talking
Omar,
about the Sean Penn one?
No,
with Oscar Isaac?
yes, that one.
Oh, A Violent Year.
A Violent Year, and how
See, I
that
let
was
that slide though.
how.
No, that one actually.
I feel like it
kinda
was more
liked.
artistic though. I liked. I liked it.
I liked it too. I mean, it was. I mean, there were like cheesy moments where
Very
they
cheesy.
steal.
Yes.
They steal the truck. It's just like the slowest truck heist ever. But Live by Night, I feel you. Like
What was that scene we were talking about in the car?
where the
Oh, at the end when Ben Affleck finds out that his girlfriend is alive and like,
Lying.
it was all a lie. That's it. Stale face. He's like, so you were just lying this whole time?
yep.
Yeah, I was.
So was it the same face when he was like, "Why did you say that name? Why did you say Martha?"
Yeah.
He did more acting in that scene than in Live by Night. I will say that. Or how about my favorite, Repent?
Repent.
Yo, Zoe
Zaldana.
Zendana's character gets shot. Like it's like the movie could have ended so many times. It's like Return
20
to the-
minutes before that.
Yeah, and it would have been a solid ending. It's like I don't want to compare it to Return of the King because that's giving too much praise. But I mean, like the point is that it had so many endings where you could have capped it off, and they decided, how can we make this worse for this character? Let's write in this.
Yeah, it was just like,
Jeez.
all right, yeah, guys, we got the ending. And then one of the last writers busts in the door. No, wait!
Wait,
I
there's
got an
more.
idea! I got an idea!
Mr. Krabs, I have an idea.
And so, yeah, it should have been ended. And then I fell asleep 5 minutes, like one of the characters. Yeah, I felt like Rashawn falling asleep. One of the characters that committed suicide because she was trying to, live that Hollywood dream, ended up not being what it seems. Didn't somebody send the pictures to her father?
It's just
That was
like, what the?
man.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that her character, I know you're talking about the girl, like her arc, she had that one scene with Ben Affleck where she's like, I found peace in my life, I'm fine, I'm good. Next scene in the paper.
Yeah.
Commit suicide.
And like
I'm
the thing is, like that character didn't even matter at all
No.
in the movie. And I was like, I guess it was supposed to. Oh, you're supposed to feel sorry for her. How? She's a terrible character. And then the guy in the 90% who wanted 90%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here,
just-
talk about that guy.
Anybody who, all right, obviously we're not inspiring any of you guys to rob a bank, but when robbing a bank, you never want to put on a mask, throw the bomb, then go back to the same place and leave a note saying you did it. It's just, doesn't that
Yeah.
delete the whole purpose of you putting on the mask? It's
Yeah,
just like
no, it wasn't even a mask. It was a napkin.
No.
a napkin.
You need
What you
more
want
than
to
a
do
napkin.
when you rob a bank is you want to put on the mask of the Avengers.
What's up?
What?
Put the mask on each Avenger,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you rob the bank, and then Spider-Man comes and tries to kick your ass and fails.
Still a great movie.
I know.
You know what?
Yeah.
Affleck was still the bomb in Phantoms, though.
What?
Affleck was still the bomb in Phantoms.
Well,
But
that's
I
my
can tell you
number
what
one.
movie he's not a bomb in, and that's because I fell asleep in the Sum of All Fears.
Or Reindeer Games.
I thought Reindeer Games was pretty good.
How about Geely?
All
I
right.
thought stop talking.
So that
Triggered
concludes
you.
movie Hell.
Do we want to talk about something else? How much time do we have?
I think
I think we're
I was looking at the
probably
time.
good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
All right.
All right. We wrapping it up?
Yep. So thank you guys for coming out. Just
Yeah, thank you very
Join
much.
us.
Thank you
Yeah.
much. It was fun.
Thank you.
all right. So until
Steel
next time.
Empire.
Steel Empire.
Steel Empire.
.com.
All right, now.
Along with our other sponsors, thank you again, Philly Podcasting Society. You guys have been great. Great festival.
Kitchen Table Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Good
We
stuff.
have business cards. Grab a couple. Keep us updated. Next movie we have Atomic Blonde is next week.
I've already seen it.
Um,
It's amazing.
Yeah, and then
Dark Tower.
Dark Tower is the following week. And I want to see Detroit really badly because I'm a big John Boyega fan. I liked him since Attack on the Block. And then when he got casted in Star Wars, I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Detroit looks good.
Yeah.
But he's also in Pacific Rim too.
Yeah, that's true. Keep up on your Comic-Con tabs. There's so much news going on right now. Like, Ready Player One trailer just broke, and I'm like, yes.
New Justice League trailer.
No.
It gives me hope. It actually gives me hope now
Martha,
because it looks
Where
like
did you hear that name?
Well,
It
like
look-
they said, when the Flash gets named Flashpoint, they found their way to get rid of Ben Affleck.
How
Yeah.
do you not have Superman in the Justice League though?
he'll be in
He's
it.
going to be in it. It's just.
But so will the Green Lantern. That's already confirmed now.
All right,
let's
so-
wrap this up.
Until next time, it's been Jared Avery.
Bucky.
Rashawn.
His Keels.
All right, and as always, we do what we do for the sake of the podcast. Until next time,
We out.
we're out.
Martha.